Would I drink this water if someone offered me some handsome money? Are you mad? Of course not. It not only looks foul, but the microorganisms that live in this water would surely make me feel sorry. Now, I'm lucky to live in a land where there's an endless supply of good drinking water. But what if you live in a country where the only water you can find is so heavily polluted that drinking it could easily kill you? In those areas, you'd need a device for turning any lethal brew into perfect drinking water. There is such a device. It's quick and easy to set up and use. Meet the Villagepump, a self-priming purification device. It looks like a Villagepump and it works like a Villagepump. Let me show you its brilliantly clever Dutch design. The path from dirty to clean water starts here with this self-cleaning filter. I simply drop it into the water like this. This filter already frees the feed water from a lot of harmful micropollutants. See? And the child can do the rest. Crystal clear drinking water, effortless. But unlike the suction pumps from the past, the Villagepump hides some features that sets it off from the crowd. This is the membrane module, one of 2 filters in the pump. There's also an activated carbon filter on board for improving taste, color and smell of the water. Now, when you look inside this tube, you see hundreds of straws like these. The water seeps through the pores, only a trickle per straw due to its small diameter. But don't be deceived by the size of one straw. Together they form a membrane with a surface of 5 square meters. That's the size of a king-size bed cover. In the case of a membrane, size really matters, because you see, the microorganisms in the water that make you sick are tiny beyond belief. About 50 nanometers. In other words, 50 millionth of a millimeter. Now, to catch these invisible buggers, you need a membrane with pores that are even smaller, 30 nanometers. Now, to understand how minute this really is, you'd have to enlarge this 1 meter tube by 1 million times. You'd get a tube of 1,000 kilometers long and with a diameter of 100 kilometers. But even on such an incredibly blown up scale, one pore would still be very, very small, 30 millimeters. Now, in our comparison, this ball would be a harmful virus. It would not fit through the membrane. Bacteria? Forget it. Parasites, such as Giardia, shouldn't even try. Dangerous worm eggs would measure the size of a hot air balloon. But water may also contain several harmless impurities, such as clay. Now, these tiny particles will eventually clog up the filter. The Villagepump, however, has a unique way of dealing with this problem. When a particle gets stuck in the membrane, you need a much bigger and sudden force to blow the particle out at once. And that's exactly what the Villagepump does. Backwash. That's the name of the game. The Villagepump backwashes water very frequently, every 5 to 10 minutes automatically. When the water pressure in this vat exceeds 3 bar, certain valves open and others close. 5% of the feed water is then pushed back through the membranes with a blow, expelling all impurities. The beauty of it all is that this process cannot be interrupted, not even when you pump water at the same time. Better still, when you pump water during a backwash cycle, you also clean the suction filter that's in the water. Clever? You bet. I could tell you lots of good things about this beauty. that the village pump is also a perfect solution in areas where water can only be pumped from wells that are 15 to 20 meters deep. And it's mobile, so when a well dries up, no problem. Just pick up the village pump and place it at another water source. I can tell you that the village pump is easier to maintain than an ordinary bicycle, and it needs no electricity to work. But what could be more important than to tell you that this baby produces over 500 liters of perfect drinking water every hour, around the clock. Fantastic. Good tasting, perfectly clean drinking water without the risk of getting ill. Proost.